How are you? Good to meet you, Madison. And you are? How long have you been playing with the soccer club? Hi, Riley. I used to wear pigtails. My mom did my hair in pigtails every morning. Great. Sure keeps the hair back, doesn't it? What grade are you going into? Is that right? So you've got a really busy soccer schedule. Wow. Do you play any other sports? Hi, Victoria. How are you? And how long have you been? It is a very pretty part of the United States. And the rest of you that are staying home? I'm staying home too.
So the program
Good for you.
Good for going up.
Yeah, we're going to talk to anybody's students.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for coming. I'd like to thank everybody to coming here today for our wonderful good news announcement. And I would like to, first of all, introduce our MP for Newmarket Aurora, Lois Brown.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to be here this morning with MPP Reza Moridi for this very good news announcement. I would also like to thank Mayor Morris for being here and Newmarket Mayor Tony Van Bynen for attending, along with representatives from the Newmarket Soccer Club and the York Curling Club. And I would like to thank Mayor Morris for hosting us today at the Aurora Community Centre. Thank you, Mayor. Recreational facilities are vital social and athletic hubs for our communities. They bring us together as families, friends, and neighbors to have fun and to stay active and healthy. Investments in recreational projects encourage economic growth, enhance local facilities and services, improve energy efficiency, and they contribute to the health and quality of life in communities across Ontario. That is why I am very pleased to announce on behalf of Industry Minister Tony Clement that we have 3 local successful applicants who have had a total of 6 projects approved under the Recreational Infrastructure Canada, or RINC program in Ontario. Each of these projects will receive an equal contribution from the federal and the provincial governments. The successful applicants are as follows. The Newmarket Soccer Club for a new Newmarket Soccer Dome. This project will receive $398,000 each from the federal and provincial levels for a total of $796,000. And the York Curling Club for facility rehabilitation and expansion that will receive $374,225 from each level for a total of $748,450. And the town of Aurora that will receive $695,474 from each level for a total of $1.3 million. Ladies and gentlemen, the total amount of joint federal and provincial funding under the RINC program announced today for Newmarket Aurora is $2,935,398. These are 6 of 758 projects announced under the RINC program, worth a total joint provincial and federal investment of more than $380 million. Investments in these projects will enhance local facilities and services and contribute to the health and quality of life of our communities. During these challenging economic times, investing in recreational projects will also provide immediate economic stimulus at the local level, where it is needed. Our government is taking action to stimulate the economy and create jobs in communities like Newmarket and Aurora. In fact, this program builds on the momentum of many recent infrastructure investments made across the province. Through our Economic Action Plan, the Government of Canada is providing almost $12 billion in new stimulus funding over the next 2 years. And we have already started to deliver on that commitment, as well as the $33 billion previously committed to infrastructure. For example, Newmarket and Aurora will also benefit from $5,584,932 under the Infrastructure Stimulus Fund program announced in early June. Together, our governments continue to work to accelerate infrastructure funding and get shovels in the ground. I look forward to seeing these projects break ground and see the positive impact they will have on our community. Thank you so much for being here, and I would now like to ask Richmond Hill MPP Reza Moridi to say a few words on behalf of our provincial government. Reza?
Thank you. MP Lois Brown, Your Worship, Phyllis Morris, Your Worship Tony Van Bynen, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be here this morning to participate with MP Lois Brown in the announcement of this exciting announcement, I should say, in our recreational facilities in Newmarket and Aurora. I am pleased to announce that both governments, federal government and government of Ontario, will be announcing in total, I believe, something around $4.5 million in 6 projects in Newmarket and Aurora. That is very exciting news. Our government, the McGuinty government, has committed $195 million investment in our recreational facilities across the province. This is a major commitment on the part of the provincial government. In 2007, our provincial government has commissioned a study on the status of our recreational facilities across the province. And the result of that study showed that between 30 to 50% of our facilities, they are reaching to the end of their life, basically, and they need some investments in renovation and also keeping them up to date, basically. And that's why we committed $195 million, as the government of Ontario did, to help our recreational facilities. When we spend in our recreational facilities, not only we create jobs, but we are also going to promote a healthy lifestyle among Ontarians. And once people are healthy and they are, they socially, mentally, they are well, they're going to create more productive. They become more productive and they contribute to our economy much more than before. So investment in recreational facilities not only help us in terms of creating jobs, which we desperately needed these days because of the economical situation in the whole world, including our country, Canada, but also it helps our people, the citizens of Ontario and of course the citizens of Canada, to become more healthy, to be able to produce more and participate more than ever before in our economy. You may have heard that in our 2009 budget, the Ontario budget, we committed $32.5 billion in investments. That is what the Premier McGuinty came out and with $32.5 billion investment over 2 years. And this huge investment is going to increase, it's going to create more than 300,000 jobs in Ontario. This is enormous amount of job creation, which is going basically to offset the layoffs in auto industry, which happened this year. And actually, we have been doing this. In 2008 budget, I'm sure you have noticed, huge amount of investment in infrastructure. And that is the reason that our economy, in comparison to other economies in Europe and elsewhere, didn't hit as much stronger as they were in relation to economic downturn. My pleasure here today is twice, because I used to be an athlete myself. When I was a student, I was the captain of our basketball team. So I used to play basketball. And being here to make this announcement gives me a double pleasure to be here and on behalf of the Ontario government and Premier Dalton McGuinty, make this announcement. And I wish you all the best, and I'm sure that town of Aurora and Newmarket will use this investment in a more efficient way to create jobs and help our citizens. Thank you very much.
Mayor Phyllis Morris, Councilor Aurora.
Good morning, children.
Good morning.
I feel like I'm walking into the classroom. That's lovely. It is, I thought yesterday as Canada Day, as this nation of ours celebrated Canada Day, and we saw so many people in Aurora in particular, but across the country come out and celebrate. I thought that was a great day, but I think today is just as lovely because we're hearing good news again, and certainly in Aurora it's our privilege and honour to be asked to host this event. And I'm joined by Jim Tree, our Manager of Parks, and also Kristen Yem from Communications Department and Michelle Utar. So we're here today on behalf of the Town Council and the residents to welcome you to the community. It might be a bit drizzly out there, but it's warm and sunny in here. And we wanted to take this opportunity to thank, in particular, our Member of Parliament, Lois Brown, and MPP, Reza Moridi, for being here as well and bringing this good news to us. We hear that today we've got the Newmarket Soccer Club here because they're getting a dome. We have one, and we can tell you that it is a fantastic asset to have. And without partnerships such as this, we know that you'll hear from your own Mayor, Tony Van Bynen. But we're standing in an atrium here that was created from just such a partnership with the community. I was proud at that time as a citizen and later as a councillor to be part of a group called New Arena for Aurora's Recreation, and that came from infrastructure funding that came from the governments of that day. And the community got behind it, and what you see is this atrium that linked an old arena, ACC1, with ACC2 over there. And so that came from partnerships, so they do work, and it's great to see that we have an active push to do that again today, to get shovels in the ground, jobs rolling, and recreational facilities going, because we know how important that is. So it's an exciting day for all of us. The funds that we're receiving in Aurora, we need. We have, thanks to Jim and his team and our community of volunteers, we have an enviable trail system and parks, but we recognise that they too are ageing, and we know that without this funding, this is for capital projects, that this year we couldn't do. We weren't able to pass that on. But this year, with this funding, it's going to help council sit down again and reevaluate and reprioritise, and we hope that we'll see some of these great improvements that are much needed in our community happen. So, our thanks are to you, Lois Brown, to you, Reza Moridi. If you could take our thanks back to the Prime Minister and to the Premier. And also, we welcome Mayor Van Bynen here as well. We're always pleased to see Newmarket here. We welcome anyone who's used our dome to continue to use our dome. So congratulations to everyone that is a winner today. And also, I'd like to thank both staffs of, in fact, both of your departments, and Mayor Van Bynen's and my own, for being here and arranging this. So thank you everyone that's here, and congratulations.
I'd like to now introduce Tony Van Bynen, Mayor of Town of Newmarket.
Never let it be said that we won't go to Aurora for some good things. And certainly this is a great event for us. It really talks to me, what we've announced today talks to me about partnerships. And it's partnerships at all levels of government. And this partnership takes it one step further. And what it's done is it's facilitated some very important projects for important partners that we have, like the soccer club and like the York Region Curling Club. So for me, what this does is it talks about how we as a community have to continue working together to make things happen. The announcements today are taking the promise of funding to projects, but not just any projects. These are projects with promise for the future. We're investing in our kids. So I think we're very fortunate to have the representatives that we have in our corner scrapping for our projects, and I want to say thank you to our representatives for doing that. And I know that our partners, the Curling Club and the Soccer Club, will make good use of these funds. It's a great investment in our community, and I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's now a great pleasure to introduce Lucille Abate, President of New
I would like to begin by thanking a lot of people, so just be patient. This has been 3 years in the working, so I'd like to begin by thanking the Land and Facility Committee, Ross Abate and Garth Baxter, for their commitment, hard work, and countless volunteer hours in making this indoor structure a reality. To our Board of Directors and staff, who never lost faith in this committee's determination with this project. Also thanks to those directors who have come before us, planted the seed in 1973, and helped us to get where we are today. To all of our members, including our players, coaches, and numerous volunteers who have been patiently waiting and supporting all of our efforts with this facility. To the Ontario Soccer Association for hosting a seminar in Ottawa this past April that gave me the motivation and information necessary to pursue this funding opportunity. For Reza Moridi and the Ontario government support, to Mayor Van Bynen for your never-ending support, And finally, on behalf of the Newmarket Soccer Club, we would like to extend our overwhelmingly heartfelt gratitude to Lois Brown for all of her guidance, support, and assistance in advocating for our grant in Ottawa. Thank you. This grant will make an indoor structure a reality to our membership of 5,000, their families, and to our entire community. Thank you so very, very much to all.
Thank you, Lucille, and I'd now like to introduce John Munsey, President of your Curling Club.
But all I can say on behalf of the members of York Curling Club is wow. Now let me make a confession as I get started. Lois was good enough to give me a call on Monday with the good news, and she indicated that the club had received a grant for $374,255. What I only realize now was that was the federal portion. I was under, so this is wow. Anyways, so on behalf of all the members and my board, I'd like to thank, first of all, because I know the lobbying that went on, is Lois. Also, we were in touch with Frank Cleese, who wasn't able to be here today. He is our provincial member. Rez, thank you very much to the Ontario government. And all those that reviewed and ultimately pushed the application forward. A little bit about York Curling Club. It was built back in 1956. It's on the fairgrounds in Newmarket. We do own our own land and property. We work very closely in conjunction with the town of Newmarket. We basically, share our facility and our parking area and so on with them. Our membership is drawn primarily from Newmarket and Aurora. However, a small percentage from East Gwillimbury, the Stouffville area, Markham. We even have a member from Toronto. We're a strong club. Basically, our membership is always full. We may be the busiest four-sheet curling club in Canada. Our facilities are always full. To give you an idea, an average day, our senior section will start coming in between 8 and 8:30. The club will go all day long, and usually the lights go out around 1 in the morning. That's 17 hours every day of the week except Sundays. Usually closes down around 10 o'clock, but that's how busy our club is. In terms of members, we have 140 seniors who use the facility during the day. And our junior section is also very strong, and it ranges anywhere from 60 to 80 depending what year. And sort of stuffed in the middle of that is 430 adult members. We usually run around 640. Just one last thing. I did ask 2 people to show up today. Ann Perrin, there she is. Her family goes back to the start of the curling club. Her father-in-law, her mother-in-law, her uncle were original members. Her husband joined a couple years later. Ann joined in 62, I think she said. Her son played and actually was on the team that won the Ontario Schoolboys in 1988. So that's the type of history in our club. We also have one of our junior members here today, Christina Walters. She is both a social and competitive curler out of our club. And the one thing I can say is with our juniors, 98 or 99% of them will continue curling for the rest of their life. Once they get through school and get that first job and transfer to Moosonee, the first thing they will do is join the curling club. And that's how they will meet people in the community and become part of the community. That is what curling is about. That wraps it up. Again, thank you very much to everybody, and this is a double surprise. I wasn't the only one. Newmarket Soccer Club was under the same opinion.
It was a shock.
All right, thanks everyone. Now I'd like to ask everyone's patience for our check presentation and ask our dignitaries, Lois Brown, Reza Moridi to come forward.
Bring this over here. We're just going to do them all at once, right, Jack? We've got checks, right? We're going to just there, Mayor Morris. Seal, we're going to, I think we're going to do them all at once. I'm going to, here we are.
Do you want to do it separately? You probably is better to do what you prefer. Get pictures. Yeah.
Can we have the children up here? Come on, children.
There you go.
Absolutely. This is all about you. This is all about you. That's much better. Much better. There. Can we do that?
There it is, eh?
Yeah, they need the amount.
I did think it was I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I can announce that.
You didn't say that.
That's right.
Thank you so much. I know. Oh, yeah. Just do this option.
Okay. Let's go. It is a lot of money. Isn't that great? Let's get them. Let's get the brooms. See, the only part I didn't so I didn't realize that we didn't know it was.
Let's get.
You didn't know that I could only be an instrumental part of that, so. I look forward to seeing this. Well, that was, you are so generous to those children. I would say so. I'm not going to leave you here. Thank you so much.
I thought that was perfect.